Good afternoon, Gai. It's such a pleasure to be speaking to you again. We had a lot of fun the last time I talked with you.
We sure did.
I'm talking this afternoon with Gai Spann, who's from the Association of Black Travel Professionals based in the US. And Gai, I know you're a relatively newly formed organization, and let me say now before I forget at the end, I wish you every success in your endeavors.
Thank
But
you.
could you maybe just say what it is that your association is hoping to achieve, and then perhaps we'll talk in a bit more detail about how you're going to do it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me today. Myself and my two co-founders, Veranda Adkins and Shante Harrison, we came together to form the Association of Black Travel Professionals because we recognized that there was a need to focus on that particular community in the travel industry. We recognize that there's a lack of leadership that has a diverse that the diversity in leadership is lacking in the industry. So we want to make sure that we tackle that as one issue. We felt that also a lot of times the way to become certified as a travel professional is really, it's a low barrier to entry. You really could just pay some money today and tomorrow you're a travel agent. But the problem with that is there's a lot more to the business and people don't understand all of the things that it takes to get your business together to be a viable business. So we wanted to focus on the professional community of color to make sure that they are certified, they understand the travel business. And we want to do that by focusing on business development and in addition to traditional training, which is usually either from a supplier or for a destination.
So one of the ways that I think I'm understanding what you're about doing is empowering Black travel professionals to grow their businesses, to grow their networks, and to have some evidence that they are qualified to work in the industry.
Absolutely.
Through some kind of certification.
Absolutely, yes, because there's not really, unless you have a mentor or you start to network and you find the information that way, there's no real place to go for people to make sure that you understand how to, for instance, set up your business filings even, and make sure that you understand the importance of errors and omissions insurance. Also just the way that you've organized your accounting. We want to make sure that the travel professionals that are affiliated with ABTP, suppliers know that they are serious, that they are registered, that they have a bank account, that they understand how the travel industry works. They are going to be great agents for suppliers.
Yeah, can I just push you a bit on this in I hope the nicest possible way? I mean, it sounds to me as though in America that it's quite possible to function as a travel professional without without actually having done any kind of professional course. Is that right? Are you filling a gap for Black travel professionals which is not being filled for white travel professionals?
Well, absolutely. I mean, for our organization, we're focusing on travel professionals of color because we're severely underrepresented. But the organization is open to anyone. And one of the things that we are doing differently in our organization is focusing on the business development side. A lot of suppliers will tell you when they run into travel professionals, they're asking questions about how to do certain bookings that they really should know how to do. And there's no place that really, they can find out this information before becoming a travel professional. And that's very true.
I guess that is one of the differences then between America and Britain, is that there are the publicly funded colleges run courses which are open. Whether enough Black people get onto those courses, I've actually genuinely got no idea. But there is a public provision of that kind of course, and it would be very difficult in the UK to actually work without having the necessary qualifications.
Yeah, no, it's not the case in the U.S.
Yeah,
When it comes to travel. I think there should be a little more, certification, but you have to take it upon yourself. And what we find is that there's because there's mentorship available. Like people tend to gravitate to people who they know and who they're referred by, and
yeah.
so there's a little bit more mentorship that
Yes,
Black
but
travel professionals don't get to take advantage of.
let's just make that clearer, that any system which relies on that kind of mentorship will inevitably discriminate against some groups who do not have access to the mentors, won't it? I mean,
Not
that's
always intentional, but it's just a fallout of something that's just been overlooked.
yeah.
And another point that you made, I wanted to clarify also. There's no source to say how many Black travel professionals there are.
Sure.
Right. So we want to be an organization that can help quantify the impact that Black travel professionals do have in the market. There's some recent studies that have been done that express that Black consumers contribute over $63 billion in sales to the travel industry, yet Black consumers and Black travel professionals are overlooked.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, Black travel professionals only have clients of color, but a lot of times your customers do look like you. So if you want to be speaking to the Black consumer, you really need to focus on the Black travel professional who's bringing that consumer to the table.
And as we discussed in one of the other conversations you and I have had, that also means paying attention to the itinerary that you put together and work with for that operator, for that traveler. So let me summarize what I think I've understood, Gai, about what you're about. You're about trying to identify what the scale of the black dollar is. You're about making sure that at least the Black travel professionals are properly certified and qualified to do the work that they do. But it's open to white professionals as well if they want to do that certificated course with you. And it's about leadership, and perhaps extremely important, I suspect, to kind of get over the mentoring problem. You want to make sure that there's a networking opportunity for Black tourism professionals and Black travel professionals to share experience and to set up perhaps their own mentoring systems as well within the association.
Yes, and also we want to encourage diversity in the leadership roles in the travel industry. When companies are looking to hire people and they want to find where they can, reach professionals of color, we'll be there as an organization to be able to network and make those connections happen.
Gai, as I said at the end of one of the other interviews, I wish you every success with this. I think it's an important venture. I've learned a lot about the American travel industry doing these interviews with you, and I thank you for that. And if we can do anything to assist you in what you're doing by publicizing your work through the Responsible Tourism Networks, please let me know.
Thank you so much.
Great to talk to you.
You too.
Thanks, Gai.